Welcome to Mishna study, Masechet Hallah Perek Bet Mishnah Bet. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to discuss dirt and produce that was on a boat to Israel, and it reached Israel. Now, this dirt, right, it's growing, where is it nourishing from? So obviously it nourished from, Chutz La'aretz the whole way, on the boat. Now it reached Israel. Do we consider it now that it docked at the port? Do we consider it now as if it's growing in Israel? Or do we say, no, it's not? So, afar chutz la'aretz, if you have dirt from chutz la'aretz, sheba b'sfina la'aretz, it comes in a boat to Eretz Yisrael. Hayav b'ma'asrot u'b'shvi'it, it's obligated in ma'asrot and shvi'it. Right? It's obligated in ma'asrot as if it's produce that grew in Eretz Yisrael, and shvi'it, right? If it came on the seventh year, it would be considered seventh year fruit. Amar Rabbi Yehuda, ematai, right? Rabbi Yehuda says, when so? Now, every time we have Amar Rabbi Yehuda ematai, it's not like Rabbi Yehuda Omer. Rabbi Yehuda Omer is an argument. Amar Rabbi Yehuda ematai is always coming to clarify. Right? He's not arguing on the statement above. He's expounding on it. When so? When did Tanakama say that you're obligated? Right? When the boat ran aground, right? It's actually like the boat beached ran ashore. Right? So they beached the boat. This comes from the language of the gush afar in Yov, right? Like a clump of dirt, right? So it reached, it's like it's grounded into the ground. So the hull of the boat is touching the ground. Right? That's when it's going to be obligated. But if it's not, then it's going to be patur. Right? Then it's not considered as if it's connected to the ground, but it's inside. If you have dough that was kneaded with fruit juice. Okay. It's obligated in hallah. Right, still considered, bread is still considered one of the five grains, and it really depends on. We said obligated or patur from halal is really going to depend on how it was baked, right? If it was baked in the sun, it will be patur. If it's baked in the oven, it will be hayav. So over here, even though it was kneaded with fruit juice, it's going to be hayav b'halal. But it can be eaten with impure hands. Why? Because remember that something is only susceptible to becoming tameh if it came in contact with one of the seven mashkim, right, with one of the seven liquids. Fruit juice is not one of the seven liquids, right? It's not the water, the dew, right? We have the list of the seven liquids that make something susceptible to becoming tameh, right? So an item needs to touch one of these seven liquids, and then only can it become tameh. So if you mix wheat, you need it with fruit juice, with apple juice, right? And didn't come in contact with water. That wheat, that flour, if it never came in contact with water, can't become tameh. So therefore, you're allowed to eat it without netilat yadayim.